the idea behind my new piece, Reflections in Time, is focusing on a very quiet and still, very intimate sound world. So that was the driving force behind the piece, and the inspiration for that came from my new nieces who were born in November. The relationship between the new babies was so incredible, and there were these moments where they were kind of taking each other in with scent and sensation, and it really spoke to me on a very intimate musical level of how I might represent that musically. So the piece is dedicated to Isabella and Florence, the twins, who are growing up very fast. But that was the initial inspiration for the piece. So from that, I wanted to really explore the sound world presented from the instrumentation, which I'm writing for quite a standard London Sinfonietta lineup in some ways, but I wanted to break it up in different ways. So I paired the instruments into duos, and quite often quite unusual duos. For example, contrabassoon and harp, and looking at the ways where they might work together and complement each other or oppose each other. Some of the combinations are more a homogeneous sound, like violin and viola. But that approach kind of, I feel, led me in a different way to ensemble writing in a way. So within the piece, sounds and groups of sounds pass from one duo to another. And I thought of the piece as kind of a dance for two, or a game or something. It's quite playful in sections, representing the inspiration and where the ideas came from. Structurally, the piece is almost divided into two, and the first half has a lot of energy and propulsion, even through the stillness, whereas the second half then kind of unfolds what has happened in the first half of the piece. This is actually one of my first ensemble pieces, purely ensemble pieces. For this piece in particular is for 14 players, but around this number. I have written a chamber violin concerto, which is for 12 players. But yeah, I was waiting for the ensemble pieces to emerge, so I'm very happy to have been exploring that medium, and it's very interesting going from writing quite a lot of chamber music to then writing for ensemble. I said I wish someone had told me, you need to write these ensemble pieces, and Unsuk Chin said to me, I wish someone had told me to write more chamber music. So it was really, really interesting, that balance that you always kind of need to be aware of as a composer. I love the title Unfinished Business for your 50th anniversary. I think it really sums up the fact that you've had 50 great years of establishing yourself as one of the forefront contemporary musical ensembles in the world, but it also has the feeling that we're just beginning also, and we're moving on, and there's so much great music being commissioned and performed by the Sinfonietta year on year. So it's really, for me, it's very exciting to be part of that, and it's a great honour to have a premiere in the 50th anniversary season. For me, every piece is different, I think. So every time I start to brainstorm or start to form ideas for a piece, I think, what direction is that piece going to go in? What inspirations am I drawing upon? And I usually draw on quite a wide source of inspiration. So sometimes it's poetry, sometimes it's other music, sometimes it's life events, as in this piece. So I think those things help to kind of draw me in a different direction. But there's usually an undercurrent of certain things that still come through, which I've touched on in this piece as well. For example, the sense of energy, but then something moving very slowly. So I realise that's a bit of an unconscious theme that underlies my music in a way.